Next up, we have the MEEBSPACE by Plasmasm from a My Singing Monsters fan track, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, what happens if we reach 10,000 on YouTube before Christmas? The gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream, artists, let's collaborate, that and a bunch of other things. I have a spiel for these at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitared, so keep that in mind. So, with that, let's do this. The MEEBSPACE. Let's go. Okay, so we start with two main layers over here. We have a bass synth giving us a little bit of bass and chord, and then we are having a synth higher up giving us our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from, and the motif is immediately sequenced from what I heard. So, sequencing is a way that you can develop your material, right? In which you play the same material that you just did, melodically speaking, just in a different starting point. There's two main ways that you can do these things. One of them is diatonic, and the other one is chromatic. Diatonic means that you're playing within this scale that you already had. Monchi, welcome today. How you doing? So, let's say we're in the key of C major, right? That means all the white keys in the keyboard. If we play anything that has the white keys in the keyboard or in C major, then we're playing diatonic to C major. However, if we were to borrow anything from any of the other keys, the remaining keys, we would be engaging in chromaticism, grabbing notes from the chromatic scale. Chromatic scale is the full spectrum of notes that we have in the Western world, 12 tones. From C to C, right? And we would be engaging in that. So sequencing, as I said, you're doing the same melodic shape, different starting point. Diatonically means that you're keeping the same shape, just not really accounting for space, because, you know, the distance between notes can change. Whereas chromatically, you might modify it to be absolute values or to add other things. For example, we can have this, right? That would be diatonic sequencing, stepwise motion going upwards. And if we were to engage in chromaticism, we can really change things around. I could say, okay, we're going to do absolute values. So the distance covered over here is going to be the distance covered every single time. So you know, that kind of thing, so it sounds pretty weird. Whereas, yeah, and you could do other types of chromaticism, like we can... So you can really change things around. Right now, of course, we were in sequencing, and now the second time, the melody is going to be repeated a little bit of an octave higher. Let's see where this goes. Very nice. Okay. So we have quite a big change over here. We're changing over, I think the main motif that we were having is now switched over to the accompaniment in one of the synths, more as an arpeggiation going through. So arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time, right? For example, here's C major, here it is arpeggiated. So you can have these going on, and now we are kind of introducing the ensemble. We're playing a bunch of different melodies, which I think are variations of the motif, going through the different vocalists that we're having, while the vocalists are engaging in a chorale, right? We're having a kind of like a choral... a chorale for a chorus, right? For a chorus of people. We're having multiple people singing different parts. Let's just see where this goes. Yeah, it's still there, right? And we're having a violin there giving us some arpeggios as well. And so yeah, we're just cycling around. We're having that one singer at the very, very top, giving us that very, very nice melody at the top. And now we're basically just cycling around, showcasing the different talent that we are bringing in, or the different monsters, or whatever you want to call it, which is something that is pretty. It's fairly uncommon, but for stuff like live ensembles, it's something that is super fun to do, to just introduce the different members of the ensemble, right? And by the way, yes, ensemble is the name that you can get. It's the name of the multiple musicians outside of like a duet, because a duet is just two people, right? And that technically counts as an ensemble. Like an ensemble is anything more than one person playing music. So yeah, an ensemble can be a band, it can be an orchestra, it can be a trio, it can be a duo or duet, whatever you want to call it, quartet. All of these different ones all fall into ensemble, because that's just the sum of all parts. So right now, yes, we're just cycling through the different parts of the ensemble. Let's see where it goes. Alright, so we switch things around. We bring now this this monster over here, giving us these meebs, giving us that that variation of the original motif. I believe it's a variation of the original motif. We have a saxophone playing a solo, and of course we change the drums around to give us a completely different paradigm over here. Let's see where this goes. And we bring in between what is called a call and response. We have now one of the monsters doing a bass, doing the call, and now we have one of the other ones higher up giving us a response. That is a musical conversation, call and response. You can hear them going back and forth while we are having this guy in the center doing what is called an ostinato. So yeah, ostinato just means that you're repeating something over and over and over again. Let's see where this goes. New melody. Okay, so this over here is a very peculiar type of piece. Form-wise, because we are moving back and forth between different melodies, very drastically different melodies. This is what is called a medley. Medleys are, the purpose of a medley is to reference a bunch of material, a bunch of different materials. You're going through a bunch of different motifs, and you're showcasing different, just completely different, what would otherwise be contrasting material together. My favorite medley is the classical music mashup. Classical music mashup. This one over here by Grant Woolard is my favorite, and we got 4 now. So yeah, the first one is still my favorite, where he brings a bunch of different composers and let me just play you the first few seconds, right? So we have 2 completely different motifs by Haydn and Mozart, and we immediately bring 2 other composers. We're cycling through different material from different composers. Very, very cool. I highly recommend this video, by the way. Classical music mashup. I've listened to this thing like 200 times. Since it came out 9 years ago. It's such a good composition of taking this, and on principle, I think we're doing something similar over here. We're showcasing the different monsters, giving each of them their individual themes, and then showcasing those different themes and those different combinations that we are getting for the purposes of a medley, or, as it was called there, a mashup. Those are kind of interchangeable. I think medley is just the old version. Let's see where this goes. A very different melody over here. So right now So yeah, we're keeping the same drums. We're now bringing this other one. I really like the reverb xylophone that we have there. So yeah, each segment is almost based on the elements of the main quads. Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about my singing monster, so forgive my. I would apologize, but I don't want to for my ignorance. So yeah, we're having these, and we are very much cycling. And I see that I really like this, that the video is very much giving us an aid. The main melody is being held by whichever monster is in the center, while the rest are giving us the accompaniment. Once again, accompaniment being whichever does not have the lead, whichever does not have the spotlight hidden. Welcome today, how you doing? So yeah, we're having that and we're cycling around them. This is really cool. Let's see where it goes. A lot of really cool accompaniment. And we are having right now the synth right now, so we're kind of doing like a delayed thing, because the synth right now is playing the melody that we had just before with this one over here. And we're playing it, juxtaposing it with the current melody. So the next part is based on the element of crystal. Okay, so yeah, let's see where it goes. Okay, a little riff there to fill there. All right, we bring back, I think this is the original motif. Very cool. New drums going on. Yeah, we're focusing now on this one over here, which I think this was actually a variation of the original melody that we had. Let's see. All right, we tone things down. We bring back the choral. We bring down this melody here. And some of these melodies are somewhat familiar. So this one over here, we're doing like this big contrast, going from high energy, very active, fairly well paced, to now bringing this slower, more dragged out melodies, more dragged out accompaniment. Really, really cool when you do contrasts like these. It's really tricky to do this and not get whiplash. So very well played here. Let's see what it goes. Little drum fill there. We introduce one more melody. A little bit of sequencing there. And we are engaging now within these two. We are now doing some counterpoint. Counterpoint being the study of melodies, how they are, how they develop, how they interact with one another, usually in the context of having two or more at the same time. Counterpoint is measured in motion most of the time. There's three main types of motion. There's parallel motion, there's similar motion, and there's contrary motion. Now, contrary motion, all of these can happen diatonically or chromatically. Usually you want them diatonically, and then you engage in chromaticism when you want to modulate, right? I'm not going to go into that too much. So yeah, contrary motion is very simple. Melody number one goes one way, melody number two goes in the complete opposite way, usually 1-2-1, right? That kind of thing. Similar motion means that both of the melodies are kind of doing the same thing, but not really 1-to-1. Similar motion is where we get the concept of species counterpoint, which is like the proportion of how many notes per note, right? I always give the example of the D minor invention by Bach. Excuse me. I'm nervous because I messed up. So you can hear that these are mostly going the same way, but they're not really playing the exact same thing one or the other. When you have that happening, it's just called parallel motion, where you're having both melodies doing the same thing, just from different starting points. So yeah, right now we're having a mix of all these, and we are engaging in this really, really cool. And yes, I really need to rephrase the bot saying it, because it's designed to make you lose all your points. I didn't even program that thing. It's just designed to make you lose all your points. So let's see where this goes. Another random human. Quests are not open right now. No, this is the last one of the day. All right, here we go. So we switch over. We bring the vibe a little bit higher up. we are bringing some of the previous monsters that I think we have some of the previous ones over here, and we're establishing the new accompaniment over here. You have nothing else to do? Well, there you go. There you go. Waste away your points. Do it. Because the only other way that you can make your points back is by watching the stream. So it works for me. By the for context, for those watching in the video, we use a point system for requests on the live stream. That's how we pick the songs. We use the great sentient wheel of destiny to pick the songs. I don't pick the songs myself, and people need points to request songs, and those you get by watching the stream. So yeah, some of the monsters back to this, right? So now we're establishing the new accompaniment, the new setup for this, bringing us back from the land of contrasts. And yes, some of these are going to be doing something similar to before, or maybe they've been the same. And of course, the whole point of this piece is that the whole sense of medley. We are juxtaposing the different aspects of each individual one, highlighting the contrast, and just letting that drive us forward. Again, medleys and mashups are extremely difficult to compose and make you feel like they're coherent and moving forward like that. It's extremely difficult to make. So yeah, rather than on Somia Mouncer, I just wanted to say, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Yeah, after this we're going to do Ensemble gaming, because yeah. Anyway, so we're having this going on, and let's just see where it goes. So we're having this, okay, we're removing some of them, we're cycling them around, and we're introducing more. So right now it's more of a rhythmic thing. There you go, GC, there you go. Change again. Oh, and we have a vocal box thing. We're bringing in some singing in. We have this. It's not really. It's a type of autotune. I know that it's not autotune. It's I think it's a vocoder. I don't know these things. I don't know these ones, right? Like this is like I'm a tourist when it comes to electronic elements. So we're having this one, and not only are we having him sing, but we're also having the melody being adjusted to what we're doing. Really, really cool. However, this does not make this whole thing a song. The difference between a song versus an instrumental or a piece or a track is that a song is going to have vocals and lyrics, and those vocals and lyrics are going to be the driving force of the substantial part of the music. In this case, we have not been using lyrics in the same way. We have been using the individual monsters as individual instruments, which is a very, very fascinating gray area that we're engaging in. However, song is just the general colloquial term that we use, right? Like we don't really have, like, it's not like, oh, you tell somebody that's a song. Like, the only people that would ever really give you shit for this would be either myself, if I'm being facetious, or like some academic that is way too high up in their own ass, right? So yeah, songs is usually what we just call everything to just keep language simple. So yeah, we're having this. Let's see where this goes. Plasma script, welcome to the head on. Okay, and something else I'm noticing here that is very, very cool. Silence. There's a lot of silence. There's the drums doing their thing, and the rest of the ensemble is very sporadic. It's very, very sporadic. So we are really, really allowing the vocals here to have the focus, the complete focus over here, while the rest of the ensemble is engaging in a more sporadic, more distanced things. Talkbox, thank you. Thank you. And we have an automaton. God, I love automatons. Automatons are proof that we live in the future. Yes, you see this instrument over here. It mixes the function of a saxophone and either an erhu or a moninghur, which is you press this down and it has the little mouth. It opens. I have one, but it's broken. And it has this very Very, very cool sound. So let me see if I can find a video of an automaton just playing. Right. So it started off as a toy in Japan, and it's just an. I do not want the full video. I just want a quick demo of an automaton. Let's see. Here you go. Right. So. So you can get this sound, and of course you get all the types of styling. So it's a very, very cool instrument, very tricky to play, that started off as a toy, and now we're having it. So cool to see that we have an automaton. That to me, like, the automaton and the egg boiler steamers are like the two things that are, yeah, we live in cyberpunk right now. So yeah, most commonly known as Vocaloid. Oh right, we have Vocaloids. I keep forgetting that we have those now. Yeah, it's so cool. All right, let's see where it goes. Oh yeah, I can hear the automaton is doing one of the melodies, one of the older melodies. Like, we are still getting one of the melodies, like the melody we did back here. We're still getting that melody. So we are still occasionally getting a little bit of a common thread. Because, once again, when you're making music, you want to keep a very careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much of the same thing, too much repetition, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. Medley is going from new material to new material to new material to new material to new material, and is one brand of SVS. There's a lot, but layman's refer to them as vocalists. Kind of how we refer to like at least in like Spanish speaking, we don't call them tissues, we call them Kleenex. Yeah, so we're having this going on right now, and yes, medleys rely a lot on new material and bringing new material. So you do need to keep some sort of common thread throughout and keep some sort of familiarity. So yes, and Damon, welcome today. How you doing? So yeah, let's see where this goes. So yeah, the melodies here are being doubled as well, by the way. We're having the automaton up there, we're having the talk box over here doing a doubling. Doubling being when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time, which is what is happening over here. Let's see where this goes. This is so cool. Okay, we switch things around, really cool. And around Pez, thank you for the membership. Welcome to the welcome to the citizenship. Enjoy your badge, your emotes, and your early access to the content. I really want to update. I really need to update these sound bites. Like, I designed that one, by the way. Like, all the sound bites except the one for the kicks. All of them were made by me. Every single one of them, like, you know, if you follow on Twitch, or if you donate, or if you subscribe, something like that, all of these are made by me. So yeah, they're old though. They're like 10 years old. So yeah, I need to redo some of these. Anyway, we're having this. We switch over once again. Let's see what this goes. But we're keeping the talk box. Slowed down the melody. Very cool for transition. We're having a guitar there. Alright, we're keeping the same melody, now with a different points, another talk box. This is really cool. Like, we're reaching that, we have that climax going on right now, which usually in your climax you want to, one, revisit as much material as you can, and two, you want to make it as just satisfying as possible. Usually that's going to be in the last 1 to 2 minutes of your piece, so really well made. This is super well made, dude. This is super well made. I am very happy with how this is, especially with how tricky it is to make medleys and mashups. So let's see where this goes, because we got about 50 seconds left. Let's see. Alright, so we're now cycling back. It seems like we're now cycling. Oh no, we're bringing this one now, giving him his own ostinato. Okay, so it seems like we're now starting to get onto that landing strip. We've toned down, we're starting to tone things down a little bit. We bring this talk box over here. Let me just see where it goes. Alright, engaged in a little bit of rhythmic displacement there. You heard it. We pushed back that hit over there. Very nice. You should react to the other song. We have so much to do. Yeah. And the funny thing is, we use the React format, but I call these analysis. I don't see myself as doing reaction videos on these. We do use the same format, and technically speaking, they are, but I'm analyzing these as we go. That's the whole point of this. I'm using the React format because I don't have the time, or I don't want to give myself the time to do any other form, to like sit down and spend 20 hours editing. I have a full-time job, at least at the time of recording, on top of this. So I want to put out the content, and I want to explore the music. So yeah, that's why we do this. And yes, we have had people comment that why don't we listen to the whole thing first and then do the analysis. Number one, my memory is horrible, so that would not work. Number two, it's copyright. YouTube has an extremely broken copyright system, but if we were to just play the whole thing without interruptions and without me interjecting, that would be copyright infringement, and I will simply not do that. So yes, are you analyzing playlists? We have playlists on the channel. Again, when we pick songs, I don't pick them. Out of the 700 and almost 80 570 or 80 LFAs we've done so far, I've only picked 3. Everything else we have picked, whether with the wheel, we have picked them at random, or I have been bribed into. I very rarely pick the track that we do. Anyway, let's see how this ends, and then we can talk a bit more. So yeah, this is where this goes. So we're slowly removing more. Yeah, we're slowly removing more layers. And there we go. The loop goes one more time. We have that synth higher up. A little bit of static, and we end it. So yeah, we were just removing layers one by one while we had that last bit of the talk box, and there you have it. My God, what a lovely medley that was. That was awesome. There you have it. That was the MEEBSPACE by Plasmasm, a My Singing Monsters fan song track thing. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, which not very likely, but still possible, if it happens, on top of doing the audiobook fan fiction thing, I will also play a single video game of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, within terms of servers, of course, live on stream. We'll dedicate a couple of streams to that. And we're probably going to do giveaways because we do giveaways all the time. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounting, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos far and wide with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that. Link down below. Go coordinate, and yes. And yes, artists, Plasmasm or anybody else out there, this is an open invitation. If you want any of my musical skills, whether it is my guitars, my Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, or if you want help figuring out something for your composition, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, and let's work together. And if you're on the audience, by the way, you can reach out in the comments. I have Instagram, Twitter/X, and Discord DMs. Just reach out, let me know. And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that could benefit from my skills, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about things. Don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you are not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. in Hungary, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. So, if you live in Lynchburg and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch. They're both linked down below. And it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. We record them live on stream. And then on the mainstream channel, and then the recordings go there. Link down below, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. There you go. That was so lovely, dude. MEEBSPACE, My Singing Monsters, Plasmasm. That was really, really good, dude. Really, really good. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.